perfectly. I am kind of just mentally tired today, to be honest with you. Mentally tired. I'm about to have my bone broth, Um, kind of keep my body going. My exciting thing, I'm like, ooh, I switched brands of bone broth today. So let's see. So more protein, apparently. More protein, apparently. Besides that, not sure of the best. Not sure of if it's much different. Besides, it was on sale and it was still overpriced and expensive, but this one happened to be on sale, so I bought some just to switch it up. So, there are a couple things. One, I went and smoked a Bolivar as I did my reading this morning and journaling and everything else. And I was listening to a thing. It was actually Mark Manson talking about the whole mental health thing, where it's like, now we're aware of mental health issues and everyone's hyper aware of it. We know, what's going on if we have OCD, blah 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 blah. But the problem is, it's good to know it. But the problem is that we tend to thank you for the likes, much appreciated. The problem though is that we tend to I live like a savage. The problem is that we tend to um, validate our beliefs, and so when you are so and you're like, oh, so for example, like, if I was diagnosed, like, I have a little bit of OCD going on, right? But the thing is, when I keep reminding myself, oh, I have OCD, so I must do this, I must do that, blah blah. It's like, well, the thing is, you tend to stay that way forever because you're always validating the belief that, oh, this is who I am, this is what I do. It's kind of like, when you're the fat kid, you're like, well, I'm the fat kid. Yet when I was a kid, I used to be the fat kid. And so I remember people would make fun of me for it, and I was like, well, I guess I'm the fat kid. And so I would do all these things to in essence validate the fact that, well, that's Chris, he's the fat kid. Um, but that's just our minds working the way they work, right? It doesn't necessarily make it real. But recently I've had a ton going on, and I've been tired, and I get a lot of discouraging thoughts. Right when you get fatigued, makes cowards of us all. And so I'm thinking, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Blah blah. I tend to have my mind race too much over things that really just are not that big of a deal. Just aren't that big of a deal. And so something I remind myself is like, why is this stressful? Like, why would I perceive this as stressful? Um, why is being tired a bad thing? Why is it a bad thing to let your body rest? It's not. It's a good thing. You gotta let your body rest. Why is it a bad thing to have negative emotions? It's an emotion. Some are positive, some are negative. This is part of life. Why should I? Let me get this here. And also, why should I, allow my emotions to totally dictate my actions? But something I will say that makes a huge difference for me is that since I've really making a point to journal, to write, to kind of like meditate, in essence, long walks is my method of doing that. I've seen a massive change in myself mentally, my thoughts, much more clear-minded. So when you're clear-minded, you're focused. When you're focused, you get more done, right? And I find my business going better. I find my personal life going better. I find myself feeling better about the work I do daily. I find myself, proud of myself in essence. I'm like, oh, I'm doing good work. So, like, for example, like, a couple minutes ago, had a person come in the other day, and they came in and enrolled, quote unquote. They asked to charge a card today, and they gave me a fake credit card, which is like, oh, classy move right there. But it's like, oh, they stole a $20 uniform from me, whatever. I'm like, whatever. They stole it. Who cares? Marketing expense. Who cares? I'm not gonna let that affect my day. Or I woke up to, like, it's really wild. When people owe you money, they can get real nasty with you. And if they owe you money and they don't want to pay you, they get nasty, and they tend to, a lot of times, not always, but a lot of times they go real dirty, and they will like, they try to guilt trip you and call you names and things and say things about you and blah 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 blah. And so I was checking, just got some like real nastily worded email, like, you know, look, I'm this shysta, I'm this crook, I'm this whatever. I'm just like, yeah, you owe me money. That's why you're saying it. You owe me money. Like, sorry, but you owe me money. You know, and you know how it is. Like, you know, it's like you have the, what's it? You have the roommate you helped out, right? You help him out. You know, hey, I'm back behind on rent, whatever. You know, can you help me fix this, whatever? Can you help me with this thing, with whatever? And then, you know, then you realize quickly the reason they're having all these issues is because they're a train wreck, and they have no intention of changing their ways whatsoever. Then when you stop helping them, they're like, "You're the worst person of all time." Blah 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 blah. That's the whole thing where it's like, you know, if you never want to see someone again, loan them money. If you never want to see someone again, let them borrow money from you. A great, great quote. If you never want to see someone again, just let them borrow some money. Give them 100. Say, hey, let me give you 100 to borrow, and then you'll make sure you'll never see them again. I love that joke. It's so accurate. But yeah, so back to kind of my cigar thing is that I really enjoy having, you know, morning and just sitting with a cigar and just thinking and just thinking. And that's kind of for me. I really love the flavor of cigars. But it's kind of for me the one of the beauties of cigars is that it's kind of like a it's a meditation, but it's like a meditation where you can do something. So if you're a guy particularly, we like to be doing things all the time, or at least I do. And a cigar is kind of a good way of tricking my brain to meditate in essence, and tricking myself to sit down, do nothing, chill, and just relax and let my mind be at peace. As I'm now at home, sipping on some bone broth. Sipping on bone broth, doing my thing. So, what can we say, my friends? Yeah, it's bad. So I said, like at the moment, like I'm pretty tired, feeling not too bad, but I'm definitely like I'm more mentally. Ooh, lighting, lighting. Ooh. Anyway, but how are you guys doing? How you doing? All right? Doing well? Having a good day? Best day of your life? Second best day of your life? Third? Fifth? Top 100? Top 1,000? You know, top 1,000. I feel like most days would be in the top 1,000. You know what I mean? Like I could say most days probably in the top 1,000 best days. But as I get older, that 1,000 means less. So what can we say? Anyone? Any cigars you've been having as of late? Anything? Any tasty treats? Any tasty treats? I'm trying to remember. What's that from? My tasty treats. My tasty treats. Sounds like a creepy thing to say. I think of the Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode where they start the paddy wagon, where it's like, this is going to be our brewery we take to the masses, and they end up just kidnapping people and stealing their wallets. You will follow my system. You will download the app. You'll pay me through the app because we are classy. We're a hip bar. Great episode if you've never seen that. But yeah, so the other day I was downtown. I guess like she's with my girl. I guess she's my girlfriend now. Sweet. I'm excited. With my girlfriend, we went to a bunch of galleries, and so it's cool. There's a gallery downtown, and we walked in, and of course it's Barefoot. Hey, how's it going? What's up, Dogtown? Is it Dogtown? Yeah, Dogtown. What's up? How's it going? How's your day going? We're downtown at a gallery, and looking at art. The door was open, and the guy Kim walks up to us, and he's barefoot, long hair. I don't relate at all. Barefoot, long hair, walks up to me and starts talking, and he's the artist who makes most of the arts in that gallery, and so he's having a stint for a couple weeks down in town, just working on paintings for this gallery, and so we showed a bunch of his paintings and talked to him and everything else. It was really really cool, but just watching his mannerisms, like when he touched his face and the super like vibrant excitement when he talks about everything. Really cool. Like I relate. Like that's how I am too, right? Particularly pertaining to my art. That's definitely how I am. And it's just really cool to see that. But we left, and my girlfriend was like, huh, you can just kind of like talk to people and just like keep the conversation going. Like you can just like continuously just talk to people constantly. Like, yeah, pretty much. But it was a process. I used to be insanely shy and couldn't talk to anyone for years, and I was like the shy fat kid and had no idea how to strike up a conversation or how to be polite to someone or like no self-esteem. And I used to think that like I was used to be self-conscious and think that if someone acted rudely towards me or something, it was always my fault, and so I wouldn't want to instigate conversations because I was like, oh, I'm weird. I would say I'm weird. People don't want to talk to me. I'm a weird homeschooler, or people are weird. I don't get them. I used to be so introverted. It's crazy. Extroversion on steroids. That's what we shall call it. So I said, yeah, it's cool. It's neat. But introversion. I missed it. Introverted. I said extroverted, didn't I? Yeah. There's me messing my words. Whatever. But yeah. So I said I feel like really anything in life that you can be learned. It's a skill, and I definitely have had to learn a lot of skills over the years. And yeah, there's no reason to let negative mindsets or whatever hold you back. But I said cigars, I feel like for me, have been very much so a net positive because it's been something I can kind of have that it's for me, and I can actually really like it for me. And so that, for me, makes a big difference. But anyhow, I'm going to call the live off for now because I'm tired. Anyway, I'll see you later, right? The best of your life. Thanks for being on. All right, guys. Bye-bye.